Mr. Yeanoplos, I'm going to read from your deposition transcript. On January the 2nd, you said that this valuation, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So the attorney is reading from your deposition transcript. How do you deal with that? Because he's got your words verbatim, your testimony, sworn testimony. How do you handle that?
Let me see that deposition?
Perfect. All right.
I'd like to read the context.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a trial one time where the cross-examining attorney was doing exactly that, and he was playing Dan Rather from 60 Minutes, where they take little sound bites, and he read one paragraph from my expert testimony that was a sequence of questions. There must have been 3 pages dealing with this issue, and he read one little section that he wanted to get in because out of context, it supported what he was trying to accomplish. And I did exactly what Kevin said. Mr. Attorney, may I see that report? Because I think you glossed over a few things.
Right.
Oh, and he just turned beet red. And
Mr. Martin, you said on page 347 of Financial Valuations, Applications, and Models that, can you let me see that?
Right.
I'd like to read it and get the context.
ask for it. You have the right to do that. And then I went back and I flipped back. Oh, Mr. Attorney, here's where, in the context of what I said, here's everything. And I read it into the record because it was a jury trial and I want to make sure they knew that. So, comments, either of you?
So I've had that happen, but not reading my deposition. The attorney had a quip out of a previous case that I had testified in with completely different facts and circumstances. So that's exactly what I said. Frankly, I said that doesn't sound like anything I would have said. May I see my testimony? Which he did not have and or didn't want the court to hear the whole thing in context, so he dropped it.
Miles?
If you're going to play gotcha, you better be good at it, because the gotcha game, if you don't score, looks desperate. And so I'm not that worried about it. Also, most lawyers misuse depositions and cross-examination and don't know how to properly. And unfortunately, there are judges that don't know those rules either. But yeah, almost always, if you hear that coming, it's more likely to be a T-ball that you can knock out of the park rather than a fastball. And that's what's so much fun about being an expert witness, is they're going to tee up some stuff for you.
Mr. Mason, did you dress up as Hamlet?
Move to strike is non-responsive.
Did you dress up as a clown in a parade? Ron Sr. got that.
I know.
Yeah, but we got a judge that dresses up as Elvis and does an Elvis impression. So
Oh, can I
that's
just
not
tell
gonna
you?
go anywhere.
So I had presented to a.
I'm rapidly losing control.
No. This is So I was asked to present on cap rates at an all-day Arizona bar conference. So all day long, I'm listening to them disparage financial experts, which, it's okay. And they were talking about judgment, this, that, how it was all smoke and mirrors. And so I got up, and I had a Ouija board, a magic 8-ball, and dartboard. And I said, you guys are talking about how we pull this out of the air. Let me just tell you, it's very scientific. And I pulled up and I showed them. So a week later, I'm testifying in Yuma.
Oh.
And opposing counsel says, Mr. Yeanoplos, I enjoyed your presentation last week. And it was okay because on redirect, the attorney said, now that was the advanced family law attorney that only, very experienced practitioner, yeah, that's the one. So it didn't go anywhere. I mean, look, I talked about financial value. If you guys are writing, I think Miles said something about that earlier, publishing. If you're writing, if you're speaking, somebody's going to take something you've done out of context. So if you don't want to have to deal with that, don't write or
No.
don't speak or don't. But it's in keeping with the motif of much ado about nothing. 20 years ago, did you say, yes, and I'm a lot smarter now.